How's it going, everybody? I just wanted to share some of my recent thrift store pickups. There's some art-related stuff and some stuff that's actually art itself. So let's go ahead and check it out. First up are some books of some artwork. These are cartoons by Gary Larson of The Far Side, and I'm building up my Far Side collection here. I have It Came from the Far Side. And we can see Gary's cartoons here. Lots of very creative, funny, quirky stuff. And I also have The Far Side Observer. These are from the 80s, by the way. Let's open it up and take a peek inside. Here's a few of the cartoons. And we have the Far Side Gallery, which is kind of a collection of some of the other books put together. And we have the Far Side Gallery 2, and the Far Side Gallery 3, and I picked this up a little while ago, the prehistory of the Far Side. So I made a pretty good dent in building up my Far Side collection here. It's a pretty nice haul. I suspect that it shouldn't be too hard to finish out my collection because Gary Larson is a Seattle artist, and if you go to a thrift store in Seattle, you're sure to find a Far Side book like this. Next was an unexpected find. There's this travel easel that I use in my digital painting outdoors videos, and I already own 2 of them, but I found one at the thrift store, so naturally I bought it. Now, it's got paint all over it, it's a little bit beat up, it was a little bit rusty, and I had to WD-40 some of the metal. But really what I wanted it for is to scrap it for parts so that I can use this MacGyvered umbrella stand that blocks some of the sun when I'm painting outside. And so basically I've just clamped on an umbrella, and this keeps the glare off of my screen, it keeps me from getting burned by the sun, and it folds up very nicely and doesn't take up too much space, so it's very easy to bring along with me when I paint outside. And I was able to scrap some parts from it to fix one of my broken easels, because one of the screws and a couple other pieces broke and I didn't know how to get replacements, so now I don't have to worry about that. Moving on, I found this art-related board game called Luck of the Draw. I really like playing Pictionary and similar games, so I'm always on the lookout for games like this. I'll have to give it a try during one of my live streams. It's supposed to be a game for the artistically challenged, so it sounds like it's right up my alley. If you were an 80s kid like me, you'll remember Mousetrap. I found one that was complete in box, which you don't see very often. It's usually missing a part. Check this out in slow motion. And of course it didn't work. I never owned this as a kid, so it's fun to be able to set it up and play with it. Alright, so I'm kind of a toy hoarder. I guess you figured that out by now, but here's some action figures. They come in these random grab bags and you just have to buy the whole bag, and every now and then there's something good in there, so this looked like a good bag that was worth buying. There's a Ninja Turtle. Now this is a little bit later in the series, so it's really at the tail end of when I would have been interested in collecting. This is from actually I think 2004, which is surprising, but it still looks like that original Ninja Turtle style. If you smell what the Rock is cooking. I have no idea who this guy is, some sort of knight or paladin or something. Maybe you can comment in and let me know who that is. Also not sure who this is, but I feel like it has something to do with the 80s and maybe those little flying, spinning dragon things. No shirt, no shoes, no service, man. I don't know, man. Something must have happened to my shirt. I think this is Jeff Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Here's another Ninja Turtle, again from that later end of the series, but still something that I find interesting. Another Leonardo. What is this, a Loki? Get that out of here. And last but not least, we have the White Ranger from the Power Rangers, one of the larger size ones. He has the cape, but he's missing his weapon, so that's too bad. So really, the only thing that I really wanted in this bag were the 2 Ninja Turtles. Those are going up on the display, and one of them can hold my tablet pen here. And finally, the biggest score of them all, this was found in 2 bags. This is a huge collection of Batman the Animated Series action figures from the 90s. We got Alfred, Bruce Wayne, Robin, 3 variants of Batman, Catwoman, Poison Ivy, a couple ladies who I don't know, the Riddler, Two-Face, Scarecrow, 2 different Jokers, Harley Quinn, the Penguin, Killer Croc, and Mr. Freeze. I can't believe somebody would give up all these figures, they're so cool. So there you go, those are some of my recent thrift store scores. What's the coolest art-related thing that you've ever found in a thrift store? Comment down below and let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.